You're not just tired, you're being drained from the inside out, as if something is slowly switching you off, but with purpose. This week didn't start off light. It came in pulling you down, emptying you out, breaking you apart at the seams. And there's a reason. Since May 17th, the moon has entered its waning phase, and with it, a spiritual cleanse began, one the body feels, before the mind can understand. You forget simple words, avoid conversations. You want to sleep, but you don't rest. You feel like you're failing, right? But what if this is a reset? Don't fight the exhaustion. It's the gateway. If you've been waking up drained for no clear reason these past days, comment 505 below. That number breaks the cycle. Commenting seals it. It's a way of accepting that something in you is shifting frequency. You open your eyes, but you're not really back. Your body gets up, but your soul stays behind. The days between May 17th and 20th are a tunnel. The waning moon pulls you in. You try to keep pace, but everything slows down without your permission. You forget what you were about to do. Lose your train of thought, mid-sentence. You're there, but only halfway. It's like someone unplugged you for a second, then plugged you back in before you noticed. You try to fight it. You push yourself. You pressure yourself, but the harder you try, the more your body refuses. This isn't a week of force. It's one of surrender. Your soul is clearing hidden files, deleting useless memories, reprogramming silent values. You feel the collapse, but you can't see where it's coming from, and that's how it works. Because it's not coming from outside, it's coming from within. You're not failing. You're being broken open in a place that only rebuilds in silence. You slept, but woke up even more tired. You had coffee, but nothing kicked in. You try to focus, but every part of you just wants to shut your eyes. You think, I must be sick, but your test results would come back normal. Because this isn't physical, it's energetic. It's like Saturn is testing your inner foundation. And it is. On May 22nd, the moon aligns with Saturn in Pisces, and everything you've been avoiding is about to stare right back at you. You don't want to fake being okay anymore. Don't want to keep up a pace that's draining you. Don't want to keep forcing yourself to be someone you no longer align with. You feel stuck, frozen. But maybe what's holding you back is the story you keep telling yourself. This fatigue is your body asking for a pause, not out of weakness, but out of wisdom. You're being remade from within, slowly, intensely, and whatever comes after this won't carry your old version with it. You stop halfway and think, wait, what was I here for again? You open a chat and forget what you were about to say. You start a sentence and it vanishes. During the waning moon, from May 17th to 20th, your mind isn't failing. It's disconnecting from what no longer serves. You're not forgetting. You're letting go of what's no longer yours to carry. It's like a universal auto backup. While you go through your day, your soul is deleting outdated codes in the background. Things you said out of habit, inherited desires, worries that no longer fit. But this process isn't pretty, nor productive. You feel kind of dumb, kind of slow, kind of out of it. But it's not incapacity, it's reconfiguration. Your mind is trying to connect to a new network of meaning. And to do that, it needs to disconnect from the old one. You're not losing focus, you're getting clear. And what feels like confusion is actually space opening up. May 22nd, the moon meets Saturn in Pisces. And with it, time calls you out. Not with deadlines, but with mirrors. Everything you've been delaying, procrastinating, avoiding, comes back, but not as outside pressure. It returns as internal discomfort. You feel like you can't lie to yourself anymore. You can't keep saying, "I'm fine," when you're not. You can't keep dreaming when your soul is craving action. Saturn doesn't yell, but it weighs. You start to feel the cost of delays, of empty promises, of the soft lies you told yourself just to stay afloat. Maybe you find yourself replaying an old conversation or thinking about a plan that's still collecting dust. That's Saturn tapping your wrist, saying, "Decide." This transit in Pisces shows the limits of emotion. It shows where you're running out of fear, where you're trying to heal without facing the wound. But it also shows the way, not the easiest path, but the real one. This energy isn't here to punish you. It's here to realign you. If you're feeling stuck on this day, look at what you already know, but haven't dared to admit. That's where your next step lies. You'll understand why you've been avoiding that mirror. You know that thought that pops up every week, the "nothing ever works out," or "nobody really sees me." It's back, louder, more persistent, but this time, something's different. You can't quite believe it anymore because some part of you is tired. Tired of repeating, tired of justifying, tired of upholding a story that shrinks you. Saturn in Pisces will make you feel where you yourself are fueling the cycle. It's not others. It's not the universe against you. It's you trying to protect an outdated version of yourself. That should have been released by now. Yes, you feel blocked, but not because something's missing. It's because you're trying to move forward with an expired passcode. And that hurts, but it also sets you free. If you have the courage to listen to yourself, to admit that you're stuck in a loop that no longer fits, the pattern breaks. The key isn't doing more. It's stopping what you already know is holding you back. If some part of you froze up this week, comment, "I'm repeating what I no longer want." You're not alone. That confirms it's real and that it can change. May 23rd. The moon meets Venus in Taurus, and what felt like stability starts to shake. Suddenly, you feel a longing to see someone, to hear a voice, to go back to a place that no longer makes sense, but still pulses somewhere inside you. Is it neediness? Is it nostalgia? Or just fear of the void? You begin to crave things with intensity, but without clarity. You feel hungry, but for what? You can't tell. Your heart softens. Your body gets restless. And the past shines like it's still the present. But don't be fooled. Not everything that shines is nostalgia. Sometimes it's just an echo trying to pull you back to a place that no longer exists. Venus in Taurus wants to remind you of value, of what truly nourishes you, of what still holds when desire fades. And if you're willing to look calmly, you'll realize that much of what you call love is just a way to dodge the silence. There's nothing wrong with wanting, but rootless desire unravels. And that's what this conjunction wants to show you. What you seek outside will only make sense when it finds resonance within. Is this desire real, or just another well-dressed distraction? You dig through old messages, scroll through past conversations, resurrect memories. You say it's just curiosity, but deep down, you want to be seen, touched, validated. The problem is, during this phase, longing doesn't bring clarity, it distorts. You think of someone from your past, and it feels like that love is still there, but it's just your emptiness trying to fill a space. The Moon-Venus conjunction stirs emotional memory, not to torture you, but to test whether you've learned, not to return to where there was warmth, but no roots. You feel like you need someone, but maybe what you really need is a mirror that doesn't erase you. Maybe the longing isn't for the person, but for the version of yourself who felt things more vividly. And that's okay, but don't get lost in it. Because the ghosts this week only show up to remind you how much you've already outgrown without even noticing. You look at what you have, and for a moment, it feels like not enough. You look in the mirror and wonder if you're attractive, if you're enough, if you still matter. This isn't vanity, it's vulnerability, and it hurts more than it seems. Venus in Taurus amplifies the need for worth, but not the kind the world gives, the kind that holds everything else together. And this week, you'll be tested. You'll hear a no that stings. You'll feel the weight of silence. You'll crave validation that doesn't come. And in that void, you'll have the chance to meet yourself again. The universe wants to know, do you still need someone else to tell you who you are? Or can you remember on your own? This conjunction isn't romantic. It's raw. It strips the surface shine to reveal what truly glows. And if you move through it with presence, you'll come out more whole, more selective, more real. If others still define your worth, you're still in chains. The moon disappears from the sky. Between May 24th and 26th, it enters its most mysterious phase, the dark moon. And with it, everything goes quiet. Emotions retreat. Desires dissolve. Life seems to pause. Without asking your permission, you look at the clock, but time feels elastic. Too long or too short. You can't quite tell. Everything slows down. Messages take forever. Answers don't come, and when they do, they don't satisfy. But this silence isn't emptiness. It's pre-life. It's the energetic preparation before the seed breaks through the soil. You're not missing out. You're being prepared. You might feel untethered, floating between choices, between wants, between versions of yourself. But this nothing is fertile. It's where everything begins to realign, even if you can't see it yet. If you've been feeling that emptiness lately, comment, "I'm in between." It grounds you. It signals to the unseen that you've noticed the portal. Have you felt it? That sense something's ended, but the new hasn't begun? It's like standing at the top of a staircase without seeing the first step. That's where we are now. The world doesn't look different, but you do. You made it through. This week hollowed you out from the inside. And that's not weakness, it's space. Space for new choices. Space not to repeat. Space to feel without guilt. And exist without hiding. Maybe you still miss who you used to be. Maybe you want to crawl back into your old comfort zone, but something in you won't let you. And that's the sign. You no longer fit there. You weren't made to repeat pain. You were made to listen to your soul, and it only speaks once the noise stops. Now breathe, for real. For the first time in days, you're ready, even if it doesn't feel like it. Even if you still don't know where you're going, the week is over, but what had started inside you will continue. You're not broken, you're clearer, more bare, more capable. Venus cleared your desires, Saturn cleared your patterns, the moon cleared the path. Now it's just you with yourself. No distractions, no veil. If this week quietly took you apart, comment, "I accept this new beginning." It's your seal, your energetic footprint, your yes to everything that comes next. Because this wasn't the end. It was the breath before the creation.